Hi everyone, it's Kino here. Thanks so much for tuning in to this gentle yoga class. Let's get started in a comfortable seated position. Close your eyes. Bring your hands together, a nice long deep breath in. As you exhale, rest your hands down to any comfortable position. Begin with a few moments of mindfulness as you tune into your breath, your body, and your mind. Feeling a sense of deep connection both inward and outward. Allow yourself a conscious deep breath in. And as you exhale, let's softly open the eyes. We'll begin with a gentle side lean. Inhale, lift the ribs up and away from the hips. Exhale, drop your right hand down. Then inhale, lift and reach. And just allow yourself to soften, breathe, letting the head rest in any comfortable position. Enjoy the moment and explore the flexibility. Explore this moment with a calm, quiet mind. Then inhale, come on back up to the center. Now we'll go on over to the other side. So again, inhale a long, deep breath in, and then as you exhale, drape that left hand over, and then roll the right shoulder to extend and reach. Keep it nice and calm, letting the head just drape down. Nice and easy. Easy does it. Just a few more breaths, giving yourself a deep sense of spaciousness. And inhale, slide it on back into the center. Now we're going to pop on over to the hands and knees. From the hands and knees position, we'll immediately go into puppy pose. So exhale as you extend your hands forward, open the knees to about hips width apart, and then exhale, rest your forehead on the ground. And then extend the arms overhead, tips of the fingertips or the palms flat as you feel comfortable. Draw the navel more and more in. Nice and easy. Allow yourself to really just arrive at this moment with nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just experience the deep peace and tranquility that's available to you here in this moment. Keep the shoulder blades rolling away from the spine, making any little adjustments that you feel make the posture fit better for your body. We'll be here for a few more breaths, so I want you to really enjoy a deep sense of release. Feel your back muscles elongating, shoulders releasing, mind relaxing. Then, pressing the palms flat, activate your pelvic floor. Lift your head up and inhale. Walk it on all the way up, back to your hands and knees. Now we'll go for thread the needle, a great posture to release tension in the neck. Press into your left hand. Inhale, extend the right arm and reach up. Exhale, drape it all the way under. And then extend that left arm over. And here's where you start to feel that neck release. And yes, also the right shoulder and also the back muscles a little bit too. And just allow yourself to really release, quieting the mind. Take a moment to soften. Soften around the neck. Soften around the back. And yet keep just enough activation in your pelvic floor and just enough activation around that left shoulder to give you a sense of support. Let's stay for one more breath. Really enjoying this moment of deep relaxation and release. Now we prepare to exit. Walk your left hand back, activate pelvic floor. Inhale, come back up to your hands and knees, and now we'll pop it on over to the other side. Press into your right hand. Inhale, lift the left arm. Exhale, thread the needle under. Extend your right arm. Stay here with your breath and body. And again, just find that place of comfort for you, for your body, what feels right. Let each breath enter deeply. And with each exhalation, feel your muscles softening, the mind relaxing. Feel your heart and your brain coming into coherence. We'll stay for about one more breath, so really enjoy it. On the next exhalation, walk that right hand back, firm up your pelvic floor. Inhale, pick up your torso, and come on back to your hands and knees. Curl the toes under, and we're going to come on up to downward facing dog. So inhale up to downward facing dog. We'll stay about 5 breaths here. Roll the shoulders open, sending the hips back and up. Allow a nice deep release to bring a sense of equilibrium and peace. Allow all the tension to just float away from the body, almost as though warm waters pouring over each joint, each muscle. And one more long deep breath in, and a long deep breath out. Now, switch your gaze a little forward. We're going to go for a hanging forward bend. So take your feet about hips width apart, bend the knees softly, layer your arms over each other, tuck the head gently onto the forearms, and then inhale as you lift the hips up, relaxing, releasing. We'll stay here for a few breaths. Draw the navel in and just allow yourself to find spaciousness, peace. Let the mind and body unwind. You might want to say to yourself as you're here, all is well. All is well. Communicate a sense of safety and security. And bend the knees. We'll do it again. Straighten the legs. Long, steady, and deep as you relax and release. And drape your arms gently down. Lift your head up. Roll through the ankles and the toes into a squat position. From the squat position, roll over the toes and aim the knees down. Take a moment here and just kind of settle through the ankles. Settle through the ankles, settle through the toes, draw the navel in, and if you need to pick yourself a little bit up, then you can pick yourself just a little bit up, but otherwise let's just settle through the ankles. You can give the toes just a little bit of a stretch. It's always nice to have flexible toes. Comes in handy in your yoga practice. And we'll just stay here just for a few breaths. I know it might be a little excruciating if you're not used to stretching your toes, but just stay there with me for a moment. Let's go for one more moment. You can wiggle around. Good. And take your fingertips on the ground, roll through the ankles, and we'll do it one more time. Roll through the toes. Be sure you hit the bases of the big toes, and then come up a little bit into a kneeling position. If you need a little extra space, you can do a little activation, or if you can exhale and settle your pelvis right onto your feet. You can press down a little through the heels, press down a little through the heels, making sure all the toes are bending right at their roots, especially that little one. All right, let me stay just for a moment, give it a little pressure. Very good. Walk your hands down. Let's walk the feet all the way back, coming up into a plank position, and then exhale, chest on the ground. Point the feet for a little counter stretch. Come up onto the elbows. And then inhale, a big breath in. Look over to the right side. And inhale, a big breath in. Look over to the left side. Back to center. Raising your chest with each inhalation. lifting out through the top of the head, enjoying the moment. And then exhale, drop your head down, press back through the knees. Let's open the knees. And then exhale, you can sink your hips down again onto the feet, this time with the knees open and the toes pointed. Exhale, drape your head down between. If you want to use a bolster or a pillow to support the chest, you're welcome to grab that. Otherwise, just release. Soften through the shoulders, soften through the head. Find the good head position for yourself. So you may feel better with your head propped up, or you may feel better with your head just resting down. And give your torso a chance to kind of release in between the thighs. And let's stay for just a couple more breaths as the body really reaches its point of deep release. Deep relaxation, a quiet sense of really entering the inner body, that place where movement becomes a doorway into more subtlety, where the yoga poses help you access a deep state of relaxation, where heart and mind come into coherence, where you fully arrive in the present moment. Take your time, really finding that space. And then let's wiggle on gently a little bit out, come up onto the elbows as you slowly perk up out of that deep stretch. Walk your hand, left one over to the side, right one over to the side. Spin the knees in, come back up to your hands and knees position. Curl the toes and we'll come all the way up to downward facing dog. So inhale on up to downward facing dog. A nice deep breath in, a nice deep breath out. Now for pigeon pose, switch your gaze forward. Let's slide that right knee in. This is our first option for pigeon, to keep the knee joint closed like this. If, however, you feel comfortable, then you can open the knee so that you can access a deeper stretch in your hip joint. However, if with the knee closed you feel uncomfortable, you can prop your hips up and place a bolster right underneath that right hip region. Okay, so I want you to find your version of the pigeon pose. You're going to open the knee. If you open the knee, you want to make sure that the pubic bone is center with your chest and that the external rotation of the right hip joint is what's facilitating your entry into the posture. Now let's exhale and drop down onto the elbows. If you prefer to use a bolster here to make it more comfortable for you to get close to the ground, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, let's just rest it on down. And then a few moments to really settle in. The mind is calm. No force. Feel the earth underneath you. And let's take a moment to really roll through a deep sense of release. All that doesn't serve you, any old thoughts, any old habit patterns. If you're ready to let them go, just release them into the ground. Everything that doesn't serve you, just releasing. Bands of tightness, woundedness, scars in the body, in the physical body, but also in the emotional body, in the mental body, at the level of soul. Just let all those old hurts go. Tap into the frequency of forgiveness. We'll stay for one more breath, so really just deepen. And then as you inhale, let's perk the head up and come up onto the elbows. Be aware of whatever stretchy sensations you feel and be very thankful for them. Then inhale, walk your left hand and your right hand back, curl left toes under, push a little weight onto the left knee, slide that right knee back, pause for a moment, and let's inhale on up to downward facing dog. Just pedal the legs out for a moment and stabilize. We'll switch the sides. Inhale, slide that left knee forward, close the knee joint and settle down. Nicely. Find your position. So if you want to prop up that hip, you're going to place something right underneath the left hip. Otherwise, open the knee. slide the pubic bone towards the center of the shin bone and the chest. And then if you want a bolster or a block, you're going to place it right here. Otherwise, hands and elbows can go right on the ground. And then exhale. You want to find your place. Close the eyes. Close the eyes for a moment. And notice any difference between one side and the other. It's very common to have one hip that's much more open than the other. So if you're feeling that, nothing's wrong. It's just a normal part of being human. Just breathe into it. And then continue that frequency of deep release. Deep release. So that the more you release and clear out, the more empty you become, the more space you make to receive the true healing frequency and vibration of the universe. Open yourself up to that door between conscious and subconscious mind, the door between the physical world and the world of energy, between matter and spirit. And as you come to rest, let yourself really recognize that all is well, all is well, all is well. One more deep breath here and we'll prepare to come out. So you might want to activate your pelvic floor in the end of the next exhale. And then as you inhale, let's perk up those elbows and just pause here for a moment. Walk your right hand and your left hand back. Curl the right toes. Push a little weight onto the right knee. Then inhale, step left knee back. Shake it on out for a little moment. Inhale on up to downward facing dog again. And again, you want to pedal the knees for a moment. And settle. Switch your gaze forward. Walk your right foot, left foot. Cross. Exhale, roll through the spine, tucking the tailbone gently under. Keep the mind nice and quiet. Draw both knees up into your chest. Then inhale, extend the legs. Maybe draw them into your chest for a moment. Explore your flexibility, then place your hands down next to the hips and point the toes, lifting them straight up to the sky. If this is not relaxing to keep the legs up, then move your hips close to a wall. Let your hips rest up against the wall and rest in any comfortable position, keeping the mind quiet and calm, gently relaxing, releasing. Once you feel a sense of deep peace, allow yourself to really relax, release. Feel the blood and circulation moving through the body, taking time to move into a quiet space. Then exhale, bend the knees. Open up your hands and feet and let's lie down and relax for a moment. Again, feel the earth underneath you, supporting you, moving to an energetic and physical connection, all the deep spiritual benefits of the yoga practice, the energy of the earth coming into your body, all that your body receives from the energy of the earth, all that your body receives from the energy of the sun, united in perfect harmony and coherence in your body here with each breath, finding a sense of deep release, connecting with all that is in perfect harmony. On the next exhale, let's move fingers, toes, hands, and feet. Bend the knees and the elbows. Draw both knees up into your chest. Then let's roll over onto the side for a brief moment. And inhale, come on back up. Bring your hands into prayer position and feel yourself connected to all beings in the whole universe, in the vibration of love, of peace, and of harmony for yourself and for all beings. As you exhale, softly open the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me on this practice. May you be happy, may you be peaceful, may you be filled with love. Namaste.